guys, welcome to this video. Today I shall be doing a drugstore full face using drugstore makeup. I did do a video yesterday. I thought I'm going to, because obviously today it's live. Yesterday I went to do a pre-recorded video so I could actually do a bit of a haul of what I've actually recently brought through the drugstore and on eBay. Went to load it up. Unfortunately, I did the video at about 7 o'clock yesterday evening and I went to load it up. Checked it last night about 12 o'clock when I was in bed and it still had not loaded and it seems to have disappeared now. So unfortunately, I can't do that video now. I shall be doing a haul video with a few different foundations because I recently brought a few of different foundations to actually try. But I thought today, because I've got to do my makeup, I shall be doing my makeup, so I thought we're going to do a drugstore makeup haul. So firstly, I'm going to start with, obviously, my face moisturiser, because I have not used any moisturiser yet. So if sometimes when I do lean over, that is because I'm actually getting makeup out my trunk, because I've got my makeup trunk by my feet. So when I do lean down, please excuse me, that is just me getting my bits of stuff. So firstly, what I've been using is this Garnier Skin Naturals Moisture Plus Matte Daily Moisturiser. It's for a combination to oily skin and it helps to obviously put that bit of a matte feel to your skin if you do suffer with the more oily skin. I've been using this, I've used a few daily moisturisers. I'm one person, when I use moisturiser, or a foundation, I do not like a dewy feel that it leaves, but this one I feel it does leave a nice lovely matte feel to it when you've actually used it. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that to my face first. And do you like my curtain? Yeah, my husband made that out of a shower curtain, so it's new to my videos. I want to get some more, I do. So I'm just going to apply this to my face and just gently rub that in. Now, obviously, the reason I love to actually use my moisturiser before my makeup is a lot of the times makeup can actually make your skin feel pretty dry at times, especially when you do wear it on a daily basis like me. I do wear my makeup on a daily basis. There may be one odd day that I may not actually apply my makeup, but that's usually a day if I really just cannot be bothered with it at all. But most of the time I actually do. So I've put my moisturiser on. The next thing that I actually like to use, I have not used it for a little while because I didn't actually have one, but I brought one yesterday. I've got a face primer. Excuse me, so I'm just going to get that out my box down by the side. The face primer that I've actually got is, excuse my hair, the face primer that I've actually got is, I brought this from the body care shop. I actually live in Lancashire area and we've got a body care shop. It's not the Body Shop, it's the body care shop. So I bought that from there. I think I got it for about £1.99. I have not used it yet. Basically, for face primer, it protects your skin against your makeup and that. So I'm going to put a little bit on here, and it says for a flawless finish. Now, I've used a couple of face primers before, one by the Body Shop, and I've used a Unique face primer. I must admit, I've only used the Body Shop one once. I do like it. It seems okay. This one's a lot thicker. My Unique one, I used to use that quite a few times, and I must admit I do like it because it leaves that really soft little silicone feel to it. But unfortunately it was a pricing what just wasn't all that good, because unless you don't mind paying like 20 odd £30 for the face primer, yeah, you can get them a little cheaper. But I do like Unique branded makeup. Body Shop ones are a little bit cheaper, but it feels different to the Unique one. This one, it's okay. It feels a bit thicker than the other face primers that I've actually used, and for £1.99 that actually is not too bad. My skin feels nice and soft, I'll give it that. So yeah, £1.99 for that from Body Care. That is really recommendable, and I've still got some paper on the side here. That was when I was doing my live yesterday. So next thing is a bit of foundation. Now I always used to use, when I applied my foundation, I used to use either my fingers or my foundation brush, which I've had a while, but I've recently started using some blending buds. I did get a black blending bud not so long ago, but it's just getting used to it. I think the cheaper ones, some of them can be a bit, feels like you're getting a rock and hitting it against your face, so to speak. So I brought this one yesterday. Now yeah, that one, have I got the package? Yeah, I've got the packaging still here. This one is Real Techniques, and I brought this from Boots, and it's by Sam and Alec and Base Miracle Complexion Sponge. And now it's really squishy, really soft, so it doesn't feel as hard as the other ones can actually feel. So I thought we'd give this a bit of a try out. Now the foundation that I'm going to use today is by Maybelline New York, and it's the Fit Me Matte Foundation, and it's for normal to oily skin, and it's matte poreless, and it's the shade 095. Now that is, I think that is more the porcelain shade, it's the lighter shade that I actually picked up. I've only used this once before, but I didn't really, I think sometimes when you're using things you have to use it quite a few times to get the feel for it. So we're just going to put a couple of swipes on my face, and then we're going to give it a blending with my blending bud. Now I'm just giving a couple of drops all over my face, and then we're going to just blend a lot in with the bud. Just put a little bit down my nose there, pop the top back on there. I'm just going to come in with this blending bud. Now for by your eyes, I always use the more pointed end, and this end I use that for my cheeks. So we're just going to come in there and just gently dab that along. Actually, that's not too bad. It does not feel like I'm actually bashing my face with a rock, with a big heavy lump like it can sometimes feel. Now this blending bud, it was that little bit more expensive than some blending buds that you could get. This one was £5.99, or about £5.49, £5.99, but it was definitely worth it, especially from how the other one actually was that I'd recently brought. Because the other one there I got, I think I paid about £1.99 for it, and I felt like I was hitting a rock against my face, and it was that uncomfortable. I just could not get used to it. So I'm just going to come over with this side now. I'm going to use this hand because I'm actually used to using that. So I'm using the pointed end, like I said, for by my eye area. And I shall use that flatter end for the cheeks area, and it does feel lovely and soft. Now first impressions, well, say first impressions, like I said, I did go to use this foundation before. First time I used it, I was not that I wasn't a big fan. I didn't think it was full coverage, but then again I did use my hands for it. But now using this blending bud, sorry, I'm actually impressed. I am impressed. I do like it a lot more. Now that is better coverage. I actually really do like that. And the blending bud, I am so impressed with that. I really do like it. As I said before, I never used to use blending buds, but recently, say recently, for the past few weeks, month, I've been watching makeup videos, tutorials on YouTube. And one that I follow very often is Sofx. As you've probably seen in my other videos, I have a Sofx palette. So, and she uses blending buds in hers, and I thought I will give it a go, see how I get on. I may not mesh with it because you don't with everything, but I am impressed with that, and I'm impressed with the coverage. That looks like good coverage, and look, it's lovely and matte. You have not got that shiny feel to it, not one shiny feel, one bit. So that is extremely, extremely impressive. Now, that is a big thumbs up for me. That, by the way, was... Sometimes I forget half these prices. This was about... How much did I pay for this? About £6-7. So it's not that bad. It's pretty good, pretty good. So next thing I'm going to come in with is a bit of concealer. The concealer I want to use is... I'm going to use the Technics concealer, because obviously this is against animal testing as well, which I love. This is in the colour Sand. It was a bit confusing yesterday when I went to the body care shop, because they had all the Technic range, the foundations, concealers, and they had these, and I wanted to get the lightest one. But when I had a look, they all look similar. The colours to the tubes, they all look similar, but they had different names on, as if they were different shades. But then again, they look similar, so I'm not too sure. So, and it has a brush to it as well. So, I have gone to use this a couple of times. So, we're just going to get that brush, and we're just going to wipe that under the eyes, under the eye area. Just give it a nice good brush under there. And round the nose area, because you can get quite red sometimes round here. So I'm just dabbing that there. Just put a little bit more under the eyes, and then I'm actually going to go over the eyes as well, and the reason being because my eyes are quite red. So just pop the top back on there, get my blending get my blending bud again, and just dab that in. I may have to use my fingers a little bit for this to get it to blend in, but then again I don't think I will. So yes, again, that is another impressive bit to it. I do like that. I like the feel of it. Like I said, the colours were a bit confusing though when I went in the body care shop, because all the tubes looked fairly the same, similar colours. So unless you have a tester, there can be a little bit hit and miss if you do pick something. They did have the foundations, and I was very tempted to try out the foundations, but the reason being why I did not do that is because it was the same scenario. It was, the colours were a bit dubious, it wasn't quite straightforward, so I didn't want to pick one up and get it home and it be totally the wrong colour, too dark for me. So I did decide to go with a miss with that one. Next thing I'm going to come in with is a little bit of eyeliner, just a general bit of black eyeliner. So if you bear with me, I shall grab my eyeliner out of here. Now the eyeliner that I'm actually using is one that I've had for a while, which is Younique. Like I said, Younique range of makeup is absolutely lovely, it's gorgeous, but it is that bit more expensive. Yes, this is a drugstore video, I do know that, but this Younique, I have not got another black eyeliner, so that's the reason why I'm actually using this one. So I do apologise about that, with it being a drugstore video and I'm using a Younique eyeliner, but it's because I have not got another eyeliner. So for this, I'm going to look in my makeup mirror, for the simple reasons is when I'm applying eyeliner, I just don't like to pull my eyelid down in front of the camera while it's actually on live, because it's a bit gross for you to see. So I always feel a bit paranoid about that. So I'm actually going to just apply just a light bit on there, not too heavy. On there. And a little bit here. It's difficult sometimes when you're trying to use one hand to actually apply it. I only own, like I said, one black Younique eyeliner. That's the reason why I'm actually using this eyeliner in this drugstore video, because I have not got any other eyeliner, but I always feel a bit better when I've got a bit of that on. So the next thing we're going to come in with is, we're going to use a eyebrow palette. Now yesterday I did try and use a eyebrow pencil. I did okay, Problem is, with the eyebrow pencil, with my eyebrows, I felt like my eyebrows were really thick. And when I say thick, I mean like I felt like I had a couple of caterpillars on my face. Nothing wrong with the pencil itself, it was really good, but I will do a video using that. But just for today, I'm going to use this MUA. Now, if you may have seen in my last videos, I usually use this one, so if you just bear with me there. In my last video, I used this one by Revolution. Now, I loved the palette, I really did love that. And I love the fact that you have your colours there, your tweezers, your little brush, and your little like glue thing that you put over the colours later. But I did want a darker shade because I felt that darkest shade, it just wasn't too dark enough for me. I love it, but it just was not. I wanted to try a darker one. When I went back to Boots the other week, I could not find a darker shade of Revolution. They had a couple of Freedom ranges, but not too much because they're actually, I don't know if they are bringing Freedom back, but the problem with that is in Superdrug they only had a very minimal thing. It looked like they was actually clearing the stock. So they did have a couple of the eyebrow palettes, but they were pretty damaged, and it looked like quite a few people had just stuck their fingers in them. And yeah, I was not going to get one of those and pay full price for something that somebody had actually messed with. So unfortunately I couldn't get that, but they had some MUA. I got a similar one, similar to that, because you can see with the Revolution, obviously like I just showed you that, the MUA one, this is a darker one, but it has the same type of palette with your tweezers and your brush. So I got that one. I thought I would try the MUA one, and I'm really impressed that I did. So first we're going to come in with, now this is obviously a darker one. We're not going to use that one because that is a little bit dark and you can see the rock in the background there. But we are going to come in with this one. I'm going to do my eyebrows in that, and I shall use my eyebrow brush. It does come with a brush. The brush is a little bit small for me to actually do my eyebrows proper, a little bit too small, but I do use that other end to actually put the gel on, so we will use it. I actually plucked my eyebrows yesterday as well. So I'm going to get a little bit of that darker shade, which is, well, say dark, we're going to use that one. It's not the darkest, but we're going to use that shade to just lightly come over my eyebrows there. Now, I love using eyebrow powder. I'm not very experienced with using a eyebrow gel. Well, I've not used an eyebrow gel before. And an eyebrow pencil, I'm just about learning how to use an eyebrow pencil. So for purposes in this video, I will stick to the eyebrow powder. It's the safest, but we shall use an eyebrow pencil. So I'm just going to just shaping it there. Now I'm giving my eyebrows a little bit of a curved feel to them today. So they are a bit curved down at the bottom, so I thought I will do that today. It does look a slightly bit red, doesn't it? The brown colour does. But I'm not going to panic, because I'm going to put the gel on in a minute. Like I said, I'm not an expert. When I'm doing these makeup videos, I'm not an expert on the videos, don't get me wrong, but I just love having a play about and seeing what different things that we can do. So I'm going to put a little bit of highlight with this shade here. I'm going to put a little bit of that under the eyes, and then I'll put a little bit of gel over my eyebrows. I always tap it on the side of the palette that I'm using as well, because it gets the excess powder off. So I'm just doing that there. Sorry, I had a hair in my face then. So just doing that there. And the next thing we're going to do now is put a little bit of the gel on to keep the colour down, and with this I'm going to use this little brush. So the gel that you have in the palette is the white one, so we're just going to put a coating of that over my eyebrows, and for that we're going to use the slanted end. We have two ends to this, the straighter end and the slanted end. We're going to use the slanted end to put a bit of gel over my eyebrows. So I've actually got a little bit too much on there. And this helps to flatten it down, and it gives it that more professional feel to it. Now that is pretty good. I am impressed with that. I am impressed with those eyebrows. Must admit, I am very impressed with those eyebrows. Just get a little bit there. And do the other. Impressed, yes. They do look a tint of red to them, don't they? They have got a tint of red to them. But I'm actually really impressed with that. I do like it. So, obviously, it's a good thing to do for if you're not experienced with doing your eyebrows. You still get that feel to them that you've actually done them. So, the next... Oh, just put my thing in. The next thing that I'm going to come in with is obviously eyeshadow. Now the eyeshadow we're going to use today, we're going to use a mix, because I find that I like using mixes of eyeshadows. So what shall we use? What shall we use? I'm going to use number 7. We're going to use the number 7 palette. I recently had this from eBay. I actually ordered it from eBay because it came out around Christmas time this year. I'm not sure if it still does it in the shops. I don't think it does. I have not seen it unless it does. But you can get it from eBay or Amazon, and that's where I got it from. Now this palette, it doesn't have too many matte colours. It has about one matte colour, 2 at the most. It's mostly shimmery colours, but look at those. Can you see me in there? In the mirror. It has more shimmery type colours. So today we're going to give it a nice natural look. We're going to come in with, obviously, we're going to give it a base first, a transition. So we're going to come in with the top one, which is the matte colour that I mean. So give it a little swatch so you can see. There you go, that's the matte colour to it. We're going to come in with a bit of that, tap it on the end, and I'm actually going to do the whole of my eye with that. And like it's a transitioning colour that we're going to use it as. And we're going to come in, just like I said, do the whole of the eye with that. And I really should stop saying like I said. I hate that. I've noticed that in the videos I keep saying like I said, and I'm going to have to stop doing that. So I'm just giving it a base over, a transitioning colour as I say, and then we were going to use a colour for the creases. So the crease colours, because I want to go with a nice natural colour today, a neutral colour, browns. We're going to take this top one here, which is that one, a nice browny colour, and I'll give that a little bit of a swatch for you. There. It comes up like a darker shade, but we're going to put a little bit of that on the crease and the edges, but we're going to build on that. I always say it's better when you're applying different colour eyeshadows, always add it bit by bit and build on it. At least then mistakes are easy changeable. Where if you're using a more heavier colour, well, if you're using a more heavier hand on a darker shade of colour, it can be that little bit more difficult to actually rectify. So always when you're using a darker colour, come in light and then go back in. Go back in if it is too light for you, because as you can see there, that is pretty light at the minute, but I'm building on that. But what I shall actually do with that colour in a minute is I'm going to actually blend all that out. But I just want to build up this other one. When I've built up this other one as well and got the shade that I want, what I shall do is I'm going to use a darker shade for the outer V's. And when I say outer V's, I mean these parts here. The outer part, not everyone calls it an outer V, I suppose. It's just where I've learnt it to call it. So, and I love it how it gives it that nice slight smoky shade, as you can see what I mean. Now we're going to come in a little bit darker with that, and that is beautiful, beautiful. So now for the outer V's, for the edges, we're going to come in with a darker shade. Now the shade we're going to use is this bottom one here, which is that. We're going to take a little bit of that and apply it to the outer V's. Now I'll just get a little swatch of that on my finger so I can show you. That is a fairly dark colour, so almost black. It's not quite black, but it's almost black. So we're going to get a little bit, not too much, and just apply that to the outer sides. I am actually looking in this mirror as well, if you're wondering why I'm looking in another mirror. Cause sometimes I can't quite seem to get the light, even though it is fairly light. Sometimes I just can't seem to get the right lighting. As you will know in my previous videos, some of my previous videos they're awful with the lighting, absolutely awful. So, but I will get there someday. So with that now, because I've gave that a nice bit of a shade there, and it gives it that little smoky feel, we're going to blend it out, but not too much, because obviously I don't want to blend it out to the point where I'm blending the whole thing off, the whole colour off. So we're just going to just dab my blending brush on there, just to give it a smoother edge. There. And what we're going to do now is we're going to give it a little bit of a lighting. So I'm going to add a lighter colour on the middle parts of the eye, and with that we're going to take this silver, just put my other brush on there for a minute, we're going to take this silvery one here, and I'll just swatch that a minute so you can actually see that. It's like a nice pearlescent white silver, so we're going to use that, and I'm just using my old number 7 brush for that. And with that we're just going to apply that to the middle part of the eye, just to give it a bit of a brightening, just to brighten the eyes up a bit and to give it that brightening feel to it. I'm going to just do that there, and it gives it that nice brightening feel to your actual eyelids and makes them stand out a bit more. And with this we're also going to put a little bit on the inner corners, because when you put them on the inner corners it helps for your eyes to actually stand out. So the inner corners there. And now I'm going to take that darker shade that I actually used there, I'm going to take a little bit of that and just bring it just below my eyes. So I really do apologise if this video is a little bit longer than I intended. Just to give it a bit of a shade for under the eyes. You can hear my daughter downstairs. My husband's down there as well, obviously, because I would not leave it alone. Ooh, got my eye out there. So I've gave that a nice darker shade underneath that. So next thing is eyeliner. Yes, The eyeliner that what I want to use today is, I'm going to try this one, just bear with me there. We're going to use a pen. I got this yesterday from the Body Care shop. Now this is Technic Chunky Eyeliner. I have used one of these before, not by Technic, but I've used the Body Shop Chunky Pen Eyeliner, and it actually did turn out well, even though it was fairly thick. So I thought we'll give this a try out today. I think that was $1.99 as well. Like I said, I do forget half these prices. So I may have to use the actual phone. No, I can't do it like that. I just cannot do it. I've tried it, I can't do it. So just a second for that one. I'm going to use my Selfie X palette. The reason being, it's got a brilliant mirror to it. So I'm just going to, I always say with eyeliner when you're applying this, always start from the middle, get your ends right, and then obviously fill it in. So that's not too bad. I'm pretty impressed with that. I am actually impressed with that. I'm only going to give it a little wing today because doing it one hand is just so difficult. But I'm really impressed with that. Now that is not bad for $1.99 from Technic. I really like it. I actually like that. So we're going to do the same with the other eye as well. Hope this one turns out just as good. So I'll get the ends right. Let's have a look if we've done that okay. Yeah, we've done that good. All good. So we'll do the flicks. Guaranteed. This one is probably that slight bit wonkier from the other one, but that is not bad going, being as I've used just one hand to do that. No, that was not easy. That was not easy, especially when you're doing it on camera. It's a lot easier doing it off camera. Now that is not bad for the flicks because I've been using plasters to actually do that. So yes, that is the one by Technic. So I really am impressed with that. I are impressed. Right, the mascara that I'm going to use is, it's one that I've had for a little while, but I'm going to use it because I know it's a haul, but I've had it for a little while but I have not shown you before. Is this Max Factor 2000 calorie dramatic volume. Now I have not used this one for a while, so we're actually going to use this one today. And just going to give it a there, because some mascaras, they say extra volume and they don't give you any volume. But these are definitely, I'm definitely a fan of this. I am a fan of Max Factor. I do like Max Factor makeup. I love Max Factor and I love Technic as well. Now that does give your eyelashes a bit of a volume. Obviously, I feel like it is that little bit difficult to see because of the eyeliner that I've actually put on. But now we're in 35 minutes into this video now. Oh gosh, it does take me a while to do my makeup, doesn't it? It's because I'm trying to do it with a steady hand. That is why. trying to do it with a steady hand, so I'm just going to come in and do the other eye. After this we shall do a little bit of a highlight and then lipstick, and then we're done. So this, I cannot actually remember, I don't know how much this was, because it was my actual friend that gave me this. My best friend, because it was a bit too dark for her, so she actually gave it me. So I don't actually know how much this was. So there you go. Look at that. I am very impressed with how those eyes have actually turned out. I am really impressed with that. So now we'll use a bit of a highlight. Now I have not recently brought a new highlighting palette. There's two highlighting palettes that I think I have shown in my last video, but today, because we've been using a few Technic makeup, we're going to use a Technic highlighter palette. Now I brought this, got everything in my makeup trunk, so I brought this from the same place, from the body care shop where I got the other parts from. This was $3.99, and you got your highlighters there. And we're going to use a bit of the shade, because we're going a bit neutral and dark shade colours today. I think we're going to come in with this one here, that one, and if I do a little swatch there, it's like a really nice goldy colour. So we're going to take a little bit of that on the brush there, tap it on the end for the excess, and make a fishy face. I'm not an expert, by the way, at highlighting. I'm not perfect, unfortunately, but I try my best. It's because with highlighting, it's it's just one of those things that you have to get used to. Oh gosh. So just get my other brush out there. I told you I wasn't an expert on it. Just get my other brush to just blend that out there. Yeah, I can't seem to... Oh, it's a shade. It's a shade of my hair. So, yes, we're going to take a little bit of a lighter highlight, which is that one. And we're going to take that and do that just around here. Yes, you can hardly tell with that, so I'm actually going to use a bit on my finger and just put a little bit there. I don't tend to use highlighters a bit. That's the thing with this, I'm not sure if it's the actual lighting or the fact that it does not, it's not showing up that great on me. It's not showing up perfect on me, but hey, there you go. Just come in with that darker one again. And just give it that bit at the top. Yes, I'll give it a bit down by my face as well to give that shape into my face there. It's not that bad. It's good. It's actually good. It's all good. So the last thing I'm going to come in with is a bit of lipstick. So the lipstick, I've got tons in here. I've really got tons. What shall we come in with today? What shall we come in with, people? Oh, shall we try? We're going to try some Revlon. We're going to try some Revlon, and I want to try and get this same shade lip liner as the lipstick. So yeah, that one's a bit bright. It actually looks the same there, but it's come up a bit brighter. We'll actually try it. Now this one is just normal lip liner by Olivia Hale, and it's called Antique Rose. Now I think I've shown this in my last video. I got this from Home Bargains. I wasn't impressed with the lip liner with supposedly the same shade lipstick, which the lipstick was a hell of a lot lighter, so I don't know where it went there, but we're going to try this. as the lip liner today. So where did I put my palette with the mirror in? I'm like this. I'm like this. I promise I won't keep you any much longer. So just get my lip liner there. That is light. That is very light. Now that is fairly light, being that it's at the end of it looks a lot darker. It does look a lot lighter, that does. But never mind, we'll actually try it. Now the lipstick that I'm going to I'm going to use is Revolution. Now I had this in the Vampire actual package, Lip Sheer. This is like a liquid lipstick, and I think this one's a matte. So we're going to use it a little bit under the bottom lip first, and this is going to be a lot darker, I think. Yeah. I don't know, it looks bright, doesn't it? Just press it on the top lips there. It is actually, no, that actually looks lighter than it looks, because it's, can you see there? It's slight darker now. I'm going to put a little bit more on. I actually really like that. That's pretty. That has come up lighter than I'd expected. I expected that to come up a shade darker, to actually come up dark, but that is fairly nice and light. And it does go with the lip liner as well, because I was afraid that the lip liner would be a bit shade lighter. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to finish off with a setting spray. Here it is. I could not find my setting spray then. So we're going to finish off with a bit of this. I got this from Superdrug. This is by Revolution as well, and this one I have used in my previous video. Pardon me, hiccups. I have used in my previous video, so I'm going to give it a bit of a shake. It helps to set your makeup and to actually give it that extra hold. So so that is it for the finished look. Now that is not too bad. I actually rather like that. I am definitely impressed with the eyes. Now all this makeup that I've actually used in this video, I am impressed with. I must say, I am very impressed with. I don't think there's anything that I was not impressed with. And surprisingly enough, I was impressed with using that makeup bud. I was impressed with that, because like I said, I have got a black, and I've said, like I said again, I have got a black one, and it felt like I was getting a rock and smashing it against my face. But this was really soft and really nice to use. So there you go. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining in on this live makeup video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it and would like to see more videos, please give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate the support. I'm not sponsored for anything for the videos, and I'm also not gaining any money off these videos, because I know obviously for some videos you can do and you can modify them. I'm not gaining any money or anything off these videos. The simple reason I'm doing these videos is because I just enjoy doing them. and I like to obviously share with you out there, with you guys out there, what I actually used. And like I said, most of this makeup, every bit of it, like I got from the drugstore, minus the eyeliner, which was obviously unique, but that was the only eyeliner that I had on me. If you're not already a subscriber, please press that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you've got any comments or any questions, please leave me in the comments below. If there's anything you would like me to review or show, then I can actually do that for you. I'll just see if I can do that for you as well. I love being set tasks. So I shall see you again soon, and happy Easter. Bye.